Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lego Rebel.
And I'm Vic.
And this is my assistant Vic. And there's also Roger, who is currently manning the camera.
Hi.
Now, as many of you are aware, summer is coming to an end. And while I am personally glad I'll be able to go on a walk outside without having to worry about heat stroke, I do admit I am going to miss summer. So in honor of the very hot season, I decided to recreate something that I believe is often associated with the month of summer. Is it the beach? No, it's not the beach. It's literally right behind me. You all can see it.
Is that a summer camp?
It's a pool, you dinguses. We went over this before the... Wait a minute. Do you two just say stuff like that to get me annoyed? But where do you think you're going? Whatever. But I guess, without further ado, we shall show you the minifigures. Now the minifigure and two minifigure halves, which I'm including in this one segment because I didn't really have enough about them to say on their own, are these guys. Now, I admit I don't have that many swimsuit looking torsos, but I did have a wetsuit torso and a couple of pirate torsos, and I thought they were close enough. So starting on the, is it the left or the right? I'm gonna say the left side. I got a blue wetsuit torso, a construction worker lady's face, I believe is where that came from, and I used that since I thought the glasses kind of looked like goggles, as well as a medium nougat ponytail hairpiece. And the guy in the middle, I used a red and white pirate torso, a random Lego City headpiece, and a random brown hairpiece that I thought worked well enough. And the guy on the right, who's the only one with legs, I gave dark gray legs, a black and red pirate torso, Lloyd's face, and some black wavy hair. And if you're wondering why those first two didn't have legs, well, they were in the pool and I wanted to look like they were half submerged, so I just ripped their legs off and stuck their torsos to the bottom of the pool. In my defense, I'm not the first person to have done that. Anyway, and I feel like they are pretty good minifigures and do get across the pool feeling. And I also do think they add some life into the build. And now onto the actual build. Now for this build, I did take inspiration from the pool that is near where I live. Now in that pool, there is a bigger pool where the non-infants swim, and then there's a kiddie pool where the infants swim, since it's like, I don't know, a foot deep at most, probably less than that. And just like in the pool over where I live, there is always usually about one person at least in the pool, at least around this time of year, and almost always there is not a soul in the kiddie pool because it's absolutely disgusting looking, which I'll show you in a minute. And I realized it couldn't just be a pool on its own, there had to be some life to it. So then I add the minifigures, and then I was like, this needs something else. And my sister suggested that I add an umbrella, so I decided to make an umbrella. I used some lightsaber hilt pieces, a gray bar piece, and a couple other pieces to make it actually stand up. And I used a transparent pink umbrella piece since it was the only one that I could find. And on top of that, I decided to add one of those like pool chair beach recliner thingamawhatsits that are usually at a pool, and also a small table with a drink that I'm gonna say is kale smoothie. There. I can't think of really anything else that would be a pool. And I also decided to have a guy attempting to jump in the pool, probably to do a belly flop, and if you've ever done a belly flop, you know that it always ends horribly. And here is a bit of an aerial view of the pool. Also, sorry if there's any shaking. My hands were built for Lego building, not for holding cameras steady. But anyway. And as you can see, I decided to make the kiddie pool look grungy because, from my experience, kiddie pools look like biohazards. So I tried to incorporate that in here by tiling the bottom of the kiddie pool in grungy-ish looking Lego pieces. And over in the slightly more sanitary bluish pool, I basically just got various different kinds of transparent blue pieces that were relatively small and just dumped them in the pool. And I think it's a decent enough water effect, though I do admit you can't see a couple of the window pane pieces I used. And I'm not sure if you can really tell, but I did try and make the back bit of the pool darker by adding a different shade of blue to kind of make it look like the deep end. Oh, and if you're wondering what these things are, well, they're meant to be like the ladders that are in pools sometimes so people can get out easier. And I bet you've also noticed the sort of gravelly-ish texture I've added to the ground, and I added that because I didn't have enough of the normal tiling pieces, and also I thought that it looked cool and made a decent looking pool deck. Wait, does this count as a pool deck? Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't matter. And overall, I really am happy with how I was able to create this Pool MOC. Well, that's the build. Alright, Fake ran away. Man, he usually says that part. Please consider to like and subscribe. Let us know what your favorite summer activity is down in the comments section below. And until next time, peace out and stay hydrated since, at least where I live, it's really, really hot still.